Today we are going to talk about Heinz bodies, Howell-Jolly bodies, Basophilic Stippling, and Mycoplasma haemofelis, because all four can show up on a blood smear, but they mean very different things. Heinz bodies are little clumps of denatured hemoglobin stuck to the inside edge of a red blood cell. Pathophysiologically, think oxidative injury. Something damages hemoglobin, the hemoglobin precipitates, and the spleen may remove part of the red cell or destroy the cell completely. That is why Heinz bodies matter most when you are thinking about oxidant hemolytic anemia. Cats are the classic species because feline hemoglobin is more easily oxidized, and cats can have small numbers of Heinz bodies even without severe disease. But large numbers become important with onion or garlic exposure, acetaminophen toxicity, propylene glycol exposure, diabetes mellitus, lymphoma, or hepatic lipidosis. Dogs can also get Heinz body anemia, especially with onions, garlic, zinc, or certain drugs, and food animals can develop it with allium plants too. Treatment is not treating the Heinz body itself. It is removing the oxidant source, giving supportive care, using 4 fluids when needed, and giving oxygen or a blood transfusion if the anemia is severe. In cats with acetaminophen exposure, use N-acetylcysteine because it restores glutathione and helps counter oxidative damage. Glutathione is a tripeptide made from glutamate, cysteine, and glycine. It is responsible for neutralizing free radicals, supporting liver detoxification, and recycling other antioxidants like vitamin C and E. Maintaining optimal levels is critical for immune function and cellular health. Howell-Jolly bodies are different because they are nuclear DNA remnants, not damaged hemoglobin. They tell you that the marrow is pushing red cells out quickly, like during regenerative anemia, or the spleen is not removing inclusions efficiently. So you may see them after splenectomy, with poor splenic function, or during a strong regenerative response. They are more acceptable in low numbers in cats and horses because their spleens do not remove red cell inclusions as efficiently as dogs and cattle. So the pathophysiology is basically this: the red cell left the marrow with a tiny leftover nuclear fragment, and the spleen either did not get to it or could not remove it. Basophilic stippling looks like fine blue-purple granules scattered through the red cell, and it usually represents retained ribosomal RNA. In ruminants, especially cattle and sheep, basophilic stippling can be a normal part of a regenerative response, because their reticulocytes do not always look obvious with routine stains. But in dogs, basophilic stippling should make you think harder about lead poisoning, especially if there are neurologic or GI signs. The reason lead causes this is that it interferes with heme synthesis and red cell maturation, so immature or abnormal red cells with RNA remnants appear in circulation. Treatment depends on the cause. For lead poisoning, remove the source, control seizures with diazepam or midazolam if needed, provide supportive care, and use calcium EDTA for chelation when indicated. Mycoplasma haemofelis is not an inclusion body made by the red cell at all. It is a hemotropic bacterial organism that attaches to the outside of feline red blood cells. The immune system then targets those infected red cells, so the anemia is often extravascular hemolysis with a strong immune-mediated component. You think of it in cats with regenerative anemia, pale mucous membranes, fever, lethargy, icterus, splenomegaly, or a history of fleas, bite wounds, outdoor exposure, or retroviral disease like FALV or FIV. Diagnosis is best with PCR because organisms can disappear from the smear intermittently. Treatment is usually doxycycline, with supportive care and a blood transfusion if the anemia is life-threatening. If immune-mediated destruction is severe, prednisolone may be used to reduce red blood cell destruction, while the antibiotic treats the organism. So the shortcut is: Heinz bodies mean oxidized hemoglobin, Howell-Jolly bodies mean leftover nuclear DNA, basophilic stippling means retained RNA and possibly lead depending on species, and Mycoplasma haemofelis means an organism stuck to feline red cells causing immune-mediated hemolysis. The smear finding is not the diagnosis by itself. It tells you what process is injuring or releasing the red blood cells.